A school in Hampshire, Norwood Primary School in Eastleigh, has announced the cancellation of its annual Easter service and its Easter bonnet parade. The reason? A stated commitment to respect for diversity. Hi, I'm Emily Carver, and this is GBN Originals. Yes, the head teacher of said school, Stephanie Mander, said the decision had been made out of respect for diversity, and by not holding specific religious celebrations, we aim to create a more inclusive atmosphere that honours and respects the beliefs of all our children and their families. What about Christians? Well, this has been met with obvious criticism from locals, and they have voiced their concerns very loudly after her words were shared in a community Facebook group, with some warning Christmas festivities could be next. So what on earth is this all about? Earlier today on Good Afternoon Britain, we spoke to former Conservative MP and GB News presenter Miriam Cates. Take a listen.
Parents, and it stated, "We understand that this change may be disappointing for some, especially those who have cherished these traditions over the years. However, we believe that this decision aligns with our values of inclusivity and respect for diversity."
Well, the head teacher added that to celebrate inclusivity, they will be taking part in Refugee Week in June. So he seemed to have swapped celebrating Easter to celebrating Refugee Week. I'm sure both just as sacred as each other.
In Hampshire as well, which, I mean, last time I checked, isn't particularly one of the most diverse areas of this country, but perhaps I'm wrong. We're joined now by former Conservative MP Miriam Cates. I mean, Miriam, this is not only an insult to Christians, but also just to our cultural heritage as a country, surely, Miriam?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, of course, most people aren't practicing Christians, but nevertheless, Christianity is absolutely part of our heritage, our constitution. And if you strip away celebrations like Christmas and Easter, you've got to ask, what is there left that can count as British heritage? So, of course, this is utterly ridiculous. And it is always Christianity that gets cancelled. It isn't the other religions, is it? And of course, this is just an example of woke culture, which is all about getting rid of the majority and imposing minority rule. This is just another example. Of course, it varies school to school. There are many schools that still celebrate the Christian festivals. There are many schools that still have an absolutely Christian ethos. Lots of schools are run by the church. But whether whether people practice it or not, that is the root of our culture, our law, and our traditions. And so it is part of this anti-democratic culture that wants to sit on the majority and get rid of the majority and install the minority instead. And, you know, at the heart of that, it's deeply undemocratic. And I think people are getting confused about what happens in schools. You know, of course, schools should be able to celebrate Christmas and Easter and teach about all religions. That's absolutely fine. But no school is forcing a child to stand up and say, I believe in the resurrection, or make some sort of commitment to Christianity. That's not what they're asking them to do. They're asking them to take part in a cultural practice, which should be happening in
I'm sure the teachers won't want to give up their Easter holidays, of course. 2 weeks, I think it is. But I think she seems more concerned with making this school a school of sanctuary, which is a school that promotes refugees and welcoming newcomers into the country and all of this Refugee Week. She says, we're exploring alternative ways to celebrate the season in future years that will be inclusive of all children. I mean, what does that mean? What could possibly be inclusive of all children?
And the thing that she's cancelling is the Easter bonnet festival. Well, the Easter bonnet is not Christian. I don't remember the disciples discovering an Easter bonnet in the empty tomb. So this is just kind of part of the additions we've made to Easter over the years. But it's deeply ironic at the heart of it, because Christianity is the reason why Western cultures are tolerant, why we do have human rights, why we do believe in the dignity of the individual. Those are Christian ideas that were revolutionary in the ancient world. The Romans certainly didn't believe in them. Many other cultures didn't believe in them. The reason that we have tolerance, the reason that we have freedom of religion and freedom of culture and conscience are because we are a Christian country. So it's deeply ironic that she's cancelling these traditions in the name of inclusivity.
It's just, I mean, if you don't laugh, you cry, don't you?
And if you miss out on these traditions at school, you feel almost alien in your own country. I mean, you're watching the coronation, you should be able to feel like that is something that you understand, or listening to carols at Christmas, you should be able to or even, dare I say, breaking out into Jerusalem at an England football game. You should be able to. This should be what everyone learns growing up. Whether you believe it's mumbo jumbo or take it incredibly seriously, it's a common cause in which we can all subscribe.
Yes, that's absolutely right. But I think there is a deeper question at the heart of this. Can cultural Christianity survive without actual practicing, believing Christianity? But that's a question for another day.
That's a very big question, Miriam Cates. Yes, former Conservative MP. It is true. A lot of people who have absolutely no intention of ever going to church on a Sunday will get very upset about the cancellation of Christian things.
Yeah.
But they won't actually go to church. Is that a problem, Miriam Cates? Thank you very much. Indeed.
Depends on the church. Now, we should say that the head teacher of this particular school, Norwood Primary School, has said that by not holding specific religious celebrations, we aim to create a more inclusive atmosphere that honours and respects the beliefs of all children and their families. We understand that this change may be disappointing for some, especially those who have cherished these traditions over the years. However, we believe that this decision aligns with our values of inclusivity and respect for diversity.
So what do you think? Do you think this head teacher should go the whole hog and cancel the Easter holidays? I'm sure the teachers would be up in arms about that. Should she cancel the Christmas festivities? Should she also do away with any celebrations for other religious holidays? How about Ramadan? How about Diwali? How about Hanukkah? Or would that be non-inclusive? Let me know your thoughts. Is this a correct move? Is this what we've got to do in a multicultural society? Or is it stripping away our cultural heritage that built our society as it is? Let me know in the comments below. This has been Emily Carver. Do not forget to subscribe to the GBN News YouTube channel for more videos like this.